Hello everyone, this is JD Calderon, and this is Indie Comics Explained, or the Comics Degenerate. I've yet to choose a name officially. But today I'm going to be talking about The Metabarons by Alexandro Jodorowsky and Juan Gimenez, published by Humaniods. This is a book or story I was introduced to a number of years ago. Originally picked up the comic books, I should say, the series that was running probably monthly for about a year and a half, maybe about 2 years. The story was very interesting, and the artwork is just incredible. This is comes out of France. It's what they call bande dessinée type style comics. The artwork by Juan Gimenez is very, very realized, very, very nice, beautifully painted artwork. It's just gorgeous, just in every aspect of it. There's just nothing here that isn't. It's just an incredible looking book. The only thing I only wish was that I could get a volume that's even bigger than this, where the pages are even larger. The artwork in here is just incredible looking. It's also an adult story. There's a lot of sex, murder, all kinds of stuff going on, and it's just an incredible science fiction story. If you were to listen to, there's a documentary about the movie Dune, the first iteration of it before it became there's an actual movie that was made by De Laurentiis, but there's actually Alexandro Jodorowsky was supposed to make the original Dune movie. It didn't work out, but the Metabarons and a number of his other works took many of the beats from that movie, from that film, and he said he created this. So he said in a way he got to make the movie, he just got to do it as a comic book or a bande dessinée. And I'll be honest with you, all of us are the better for it. This is a fantastic book with incredible artwork. This particular book has the entire series in it. It's over 500 pages. It's still available. You can find it on Amazon. It's about, I think, $60 on the cover. It's usually a little bit cheaper, probably about 20% less than that, probably about $49 or something. But well worth the price. This is an incredible book. There's very little of anything that comes out that's anything like this. The dialogue in here is just insane and crazy. And I don't know if I know it was originally, he himself is originally a Spanish-speaking person, but he also speaks English and he also speaks French. So I'm bilingual. So I find it interesting the way the dialogue is sometimes written in this. It's sometimes a little stilted, it's sometimes a little stiff, it's a little weird. And I don't know if that's part of his style, but I've read some of his other things and it didn't just quite come off like this. Or if this was just something that he had, a tone he had set for this story, which is what it feels like. Or is this something that's getting misconstrued or possibly twisted in the translation. I just don't know. But regardless, it's fantastic. The stuff is incredible. I remember Daphne, who doesn't normally read a lot of comic books, even though she's an artist, she actually prefers reading French comics. She doesn't necessarily care for many American comics. There's one or two that she'll pick up and look at. But she was instantly drawn to this. She loves this book. This is one of the few books where I can say we've both read. And it's the sort of thing that it's the type of book that you can just go back to over and over again. It's the sort of thing I really appreciate, the type of story that, you can just go back to and just find something new and something interesting. I'm just looking at this stuff and I'm just like, I don't remember half of it, and I've already read it twice. I read it originally in the original iteration as a comic book and now as this graphic novel. It's probably been a couple years since I read it. But you know, the Metabaron is a character. He's this enforcer for the universe, and he's just the Metabaron. He's perhaps the baddest man in the universe, the greatest warrior in the universe, and he passes on this legacy. There was the original Metabaron. He passes, and it's a family legacy. There's always one Metabaron, and the new Metabaron always has to kill the prior Metabaron, and that's how he passes on the mantle. Beyond that, there's just a lot of lunacy and a lot of insanity in there. It's just, you know, a lot of fun. So I would definitely suggest this is a book you probably will want to pick up and check out. So yeah, so that's definitely a hard recommendation for this book. So I would definitely recommend this one. Like I said, it's over 500 pages. The artwork is incredible. And for the price, I think it's a hardcover. It's beautifully bound. It's going to last you for years and years and years and years. This one will probably outlast me and most people. It's a great book. It's I think fantastic to have. So this is one I definitely should. I think everyone should just check out. You know, if you want to also check out some of my work, you can check out the Oswald Chronicles or 12 Tales Online. A little bit different from the Metabarons, you know, in scale, scope, and definitely what I was trying to do. But like I said, this is just a great book. Fantastic artwork. Juan Gimenez is incredible, and Jodorowsky is no slouch. The guy is I think a bona fide genius. This guy is just great stuff. You know, it's a shame that we don't know him in American comics, you know, as a writer. He, I think, openly despises American comics because Mobius, his former partner, who had created him of other projects with, came to America to do both American comics but also to work in Hollywood. But I think it was the American comics that kind of upset him. He ended up working at Marvel for a little while, but I mean, he didn't do much work. But I think he just ended up getting stuck over Hollywood. I wouldn't really say stuck. There was just a lot of money to be made, and you know, everyone has to eat. So that's where he ended up. So, you know, but it's a shame that most people will never really know him because he's never done American comics. But like I said, the stuff is great, and the stuff is really worth reading. Thank you so much. Like I said, if you like it, you know, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. And thank you so much, and have a great night. And go check out the Oswald Chronicles and 12 Tales Online. Have a good one. Bye.